Good morning, ATK. Advanced Kingdom. It's good to see everybody this morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm glad to see everybody in the chat and excited about today's broadcast. Another day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. As always, we begin each morning with prayer and devotion. This is an opportunity for us to turn our hearts and minds towards Christ, that He is the ruler of our day. And this morning, we're going to bring to the stage Dr. Lakeisha, which will be giving our devotion and prayer this morning. Dr. Lakeisha, we're going to turn the platform over to you and we can begin.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, everyone. All of the advancers out there. I hope you guys are getting up or in the process of getting up. You have your coffee, your matcha, whatever it is that you need to jumpstart your day. I'm going to go ahead and dive right into the word that I believe that the Lord gave me that He wanted me to share this morning. I have not had my matcha, so bear with me, okay? So I will be coming this morning from John, the first chapter, verses 12 through 13. And I'm going to be reading it out of the King James Version. So that's John, first chapter, verses 12 through 13. And it says, "But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name, which were born, not of blood, not of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God." Amen. So when we look at this book of John, the book of John was written in essence to convey this one different messages, but one of the messages was that it was conveyed to was it was written so that people may believe that Jesus is the Christ, right? And it talks about that in John 20, verse 20 through 30, 20, 31. It talks about the how, this whole book is to kind of reveal who Jesus Christ is. So within this particular passage, within the first chapter of John, we see that there has been some things that has transpired where a lot of people have not received Christ, are not believing in him. And now we turn our focus to verses 12 and 13, where it talks about those who receive Christ, they're able to become the sons of God. And when I was studying this particular passage, it kind of made me think about our current world that we're in today. I think the concept of Christianity is something that we all may define very differently. It's something that even in our own personal life, we all live out very differently. And a lot of times when you encounter people, if that conversation ever comes up, it's always, oh, I'm a believer. I believe in Christ. And it's going back to scripture to kind of give us our standard of what does that mean to be, sons of God or to be the children of God. What is the tangible evidence in our life that we are those kingdom advancers, right? So when we look at this in John, one of the things that it talks about becoming the sons of God. So in the Old Testament, when they talk about the children of God, that was referring to, a group of people, the Israelites that originated from Abraham as their father, right? And that being, the children of God was predicated on a bloodline of you originating from the descendants of Abraham, right? Now we are transitioning over to the New Testament. And in the New Testament, we hear the same thing, the sons of God or the children of God. And that meaning is very different from what it was in the Old Testament, mainly because we have Jesus who has came and he has died, he's resurrected, and now he's opened up this opportunity for anyone, regardless of their gender, regardless of their race, regardless of their social economic status, to be able to come to become the children of God through this spiritual birth, right? And one of the things that I like about this, just with theology and things of that sort, and seeing the expressions of Jesus and how he was so inclusive, this coming and this new belief that, people who society traditionally maybe have outcasted, maybe weren't included, are now entitled to this inheritance, was definitely a culture shift. A culture, Tim was talking about it yesterday about being this disruptor. Jesus himself was this disruptor, right? He was tearing down these culture walls of segregation, of isolation that put people, when it comes to I call it this elitism. So you have to be of a certain, tribe to be, better than God. Like did away with it, right? And this concept of being a child of God is open to everyone. If you were a woman, back in the Old Testaments, you didn't have any rights. If you were of a certain class, you didn't get the privy to what the children of Israel were having. But now we are here in the New Testament, and God has cleared the leveled the playing field, and now we all have this opportunity to come to him to receive the inheritance, right? So when we look at this particular scripture, it goes back to says, but as many has received him, they have to them gave he power to become the sons of God. And as I was studying this, one of the things that kind of stood out to me was there is a difference between believing and receiving. And depending on the translation you use, they do a word change, which sometimes in the word change, it extrapolates the real meaning of what the text is saying. And in this particular, scripture, that's why I use the King James Version, because that word here is not, it doesn't say believe, it says receive. So, during study and things of that sort, I began to look up the difference between believing God and receiving God, and how does that relate to us as advancers, right? And advancing the kingdom and being the children of God. Belief in Christ is recognizing who he is, right? It's this belief that you acknowledge that he exists, you acknowledge that he died. That's entry level of salvation, I believe, right? Receiving him is going a little deeper. After you believe, now it's becoming more personal. You're accepting him. You are accepting him into your life. You are making this commitment that you're going to uphold the standards of living to become more like him, being made in his image and his likeness. So this deals with the character aspect, right? And there's some things where, when you have kids, there's some things, even if you are around people long enough, there's some traits, there's some behaviors that you can associate with them by the connection that they have. For all of us who may have children and things of that sort, you could be someone else, somewhere else, and someone could say, well, you walk like so and so, or you look like so and so, right? Those are the things in the natural that we can accredit to the association of a father or a mother, or association of a level of intimacy where people begin to look like those who they have been around, right? So when we look at this concept, one of the things that I really loved when I read this, it talks about he gave them power to become sons. So once we read this, it says, but as to many who has received him, for those who have made that commitment to become more like him, to do the work internally on their character, right? He has given them power. So I really did love this. When I looked it up, the word power, it means exousias, right? And that power is not just like one dimensional, right? So I'm just going to read to you what it says out of here. It's the power of choice. Okay. It's physical power. Okay. It's mental power. It says it's the ability or strength which one is to endure, which either possesses or exercise, right? It's power of authority, meaning power of influence, right? It is the power of rule, of government, right? That ability to command something and it follows suits based on the words that you're commanding, right? And it talks about this power of rule of like government, right? When it talks about this having that university power, that jurisdictional power, it goes on, and I don't want to skip over this piece because it also mentions it mentions that it's the power that a husband has authority over his wife. I'm not gonna mention that right there because that's a whole nother submission piece. I'm not even gonna go over there, but I have to be honest and say that was something that was mentioned. I'm just not gonna cover it today. We're gonna talk about all the other points of power, right? We're gonna leave the husband and wife talk to another day. Now, going back to this though, it was saying that for those who believe God, right? For those who are becoming God or like, becoming made in his image and his likeness, is upholding his standard, he's giving them the power to become. God is giving them the power to have physical power, mental power. He's giving them the influence. He's giving them the ability to command, right? And we have to think about this as traders. We show up different, in different ways in the morning because of our life. We're headed to work, we're mothers, we're parents, we have all of these things going on. But in the essence of all of the titles that we put upon ourselves and the different roles that we have, we first should show up as that son, as that daughter, right? And when we show up like that, it gives us the power to command. It gives us that influence, right? It gives us that mental power, that physical strength. So we have to think about this as traders. We are in a market, right? And how are we going to show up? Are we going to show up as people who are believing God? Or are we going to show up with the evidence marked in our actions and our behavior that we are receiving God? Because there's some things that comes with our receiving him that is evident. We should have physical power and mental power, right? We should have influence. We should have impact. We should be able to speak a thing and command something, and we should see systems begin to line up, right? So I really did like that because I thought about it that with us being these advancers, and then you think about this concept of advancing his kingdom, sometimes this mandate seems so great and it seems so big, and like God has maybe have called many of us to do so many big and great mighty things that it seems humanly impossible for us to do it in our own strength. And when we are at that point, that's the point where God wants us to be. God wants us to be at that place where we are like, how are we going to bring this to pass? How are we going to advance the kingdom, right? Because when we are at that place, that is when God is able to come in to give us that power, which can only come from him. The power is not coming in our degree. I like to tell people I have like over 8 or 9 degrees and I'm getting a whole nother doctorate. That means nothing if I don't have the power to become what God has called me to be, right? That power, it comes from God. He gives us, that power to take territory. You could be doing everything in the natural, but it's his blessing of that power that allows us to take territory. It allows us to advance his kingdom in the trading world. It allows us to advance the kingdom, in the different domains that he has placed us, right? So when I think about this, I think about this point of where we are at right now as advancers. We have been going through so many different transitions, as traders, but also in our own personal life as well. We have been going through so many changes, right? And whenever we go through these particular changes in life, it's always like a shaking, right? And with this shaking, I believe it comes to shake those things outside of us, or I'm not saying out, not only outside of us, but inside of us, that is keeping us from becoming the sons of God. If we are bound by like a spirit of fear, that's keeping us from becoming, right? Operating in that mental power and that physical power, right? Even like for me, I'm a behind the scenes person. I am up here right now doing this live, right? I can't allow my fear and not wanting to be in the front keep me from becoming what God has said. So we have to know that when it comes to becoming, it first starts within us, where God is going to reveal and he's going to shake up those things within us that is keeping us from becoming the sons or the children of God and operating in that government power, that, you know, affluence, that mental power, all of those things. He's going to reveal it. And then when we come to the end of ourself, is when we're saying, okay, God, I realize that, hey, I'm the problem here. I realize that maybe it's my fear, maybe it's my doubt, maybe it's my commitment, whatever it is, it's keeping me from becoming. It's keeping me from operating in that place of dominion. It's keeping me from utilizing my voice to command, to speak what you say. It's keeping me from being, you know, having the mental fortitude to even believe you for what you're saying, right? When we get to that place, I believe that that's where we have that exchange. It's like this exchange where we can come to God and being able to tell him where we are at. And he now endows us with his power so that we could begin to be those sons. And I'm saying sons, but the children of God. So one of the things that I wanted to pray for this morning is just that as we are embarking into new territory, that God will endow us with that exousias power as advancers, right? That we are making impact in this domain, in our personal life, and those who are under our rule, and that he will teach us how to operate as sons of God, where we are demonstrating his dominion over and within the earth, right? The dominion within the earth, right? One of the things that I will say is, before I start praying, I will say this is when I was thinking about this, talking about becoming, you know, children of God or the sons of God, one of the characteristics that God highlighted to me was about his dominion. And a lot of times we come in life and we're facing things, facing mountains, facing giants, facing these hard situations that seem impossible for us to be able to conquer in our own strength. And when we look at these and we look at these situations, and when we're looking at, you know, these particular situations in our own strength, we could begin to feel inadequate. But knowing that it's God that's empowering us to operate like he operates in dominion, that should be an encouragement to us that when we are facing these hard, you know, situations, when we're facing these principalities, when we're facing these difficult moments, all we have to do is rely on our Father's strength, right? And I know for me, I am 100% daddy's girl. And there were times in my life where things would be too much for me, that I knew, even as a little girl and even as an adult, I can just go tell my dad. I'm like, someone was messing with me. I'm just like, okay, I don't even have to deal with this. I'm just going to go tell my dad. And my dad always had this presence of whenever I came to him, he was going to take care of it, right? And when I think about that, it's the same thing with Jesus, right? He is our Father. We could come to him in these difficult moments and rely on his strength, rely on his dominion, rely on his power, and and watch him work is what I would say. When I told my dad something was going on, I knew that he was going to handle it and I didn't have to worry about it. So I wanted to say that when it comes to the dominion of God, go run into him, allow him and beginning to tell him what is going on. Rely on his strength and watch him work. Take your hands out of it. Don't be worried about it. Don't be stressing about it. Don't go tell your girlfriend or your homeboy about it. Just rest in knowing that God got it, right? So I'm going to pray because I know I've been talking on and on, y'all. And I just have not had any coffee. So I haven't had any matcha. So um, I'm gonna go ahead and pray so I can get my coffee and my matcha, and I'll let you guys go ahead and start. So Tim, I'll go ahead and pray, and then I will turn it back over to you. So Father God, we just want to come to you on today, and we want to say thank you. Thank you that you are the source, you are the strength in which we are relying on. We rely on your power. We rely on you, Father God, that even in this current day and time where we are at, where if there's any situation in our life where we are lacking power, whether it's physical power, whether it's mental power, whether it's judicial power, Father God, that you will begin to now endow us with the tangible presence of your exousias power that will be evident in our life. It will be evident in our movement. It will be evident, Father God, even in our thinking, that we will now begin to take territory and advance the kingdom of God for each of the domains in which you have placed us to be. We also ask that God, you would do a self-examination of our soul and of our heart. And if there's anything within us that is keeping us from becoming the Son of God, beginning to be in your character and your likeness, Father God, that you will begin to do that work, do that emergency soul work, do that emergency spirit work, that mental work, that heart work that is needed so that we could be fully healed and moving forward in our advancement. And we're thanking you, Father God, that there will be tangible evidence upon our life with influence, that as you begin to give us influence, that you can trust us, that we will be able to be the advancers. We're not advancing our personal agenda. We're not advancing our own will or way, but we're advancing your kingdom. So we're thanking you for all of the kingdom advancers on the line, on the call today, and on the line today, God, that you will begin to endow them and begin to allow your exousias power to be seen in their life. And in your son Jesus' name, we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen, Dr. Lakeisha. That was a timely word. Thank you for this morning's devotion. And you were all up in my prayer time yesterday. And I just wanted to confirm that word that you gave. And I want even our advancers to take that to heart, what you had spoken. The Lord told me yesterday as I was praying, there's this thing of imposter syndrome, that you'll walk into a space and you feel like you don't belong. You'll feel and you'll look like this is a temporary place. And God says, when I come to establish you, you have to have the mind to know that you are a son. And so yesterday in prayer, I heard these words. He said to stretch out and occupy. He says, don't sit in a place that I put you in as if you don't belong there. He says, I've given you the power to be sons. Everyone on this call, as you were speaking, I just felt the Father's love come even in the chat, that everyone, even listening to this devotion, that they would know that God's love is stretching towards them, and that they have the power to be sons of God, to be children of God. And even now, you will have the anointing in this season to stretch out and to occupy. That the place that God is establishing you in isn't a temporary place. This isn't a season, but this is a place that you will live in forever. This authority that you have, this scepter that you carry, this sword that you carry, you will have the ability to uproot. You'll have the ability to pull down. You'll have the ability to overturn every diabolical plan in your life. Why? Because you are a son of God, that you have received the power to be the sons of God. Now it's our time to occupy. So I just wanted to come on and reaffirm what you are saying. It was a powerful word. And thank you for this morning's devotion.
Good morning, Tim. We can't hear you. You're on mute. Yeah.
Oh, I was talking good. I was talking some good
I
stuff.
know you were. You had that grin on and you were just going at it. And it's like, we can't hear you.
I was talking some good stuff, but let me reintroduce Dr. Denise, the scalping queen, to the stage. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing well. And you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing
Good,
well.
good.
Let's bring up some more of our friends. We got Billy. Terrace calls him Willie, and he's known as the Viking tradesman. Mr. Billy to the stage. How you doing, Billy?
Good. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing well.
Good. Good morning, Billy.
Doing well.
Message this morning.
Yeah. Terrace is out today, sick, so I'm filling in his moderator spot this morning. So we'll hold it down for him.
Sounds good. Hope he gets better soon.
Yeah. All right. So now we have on the stage. She's a forensic psychotherapist, and she handles our mind matters, gets our mental right. Specializes in peak performance training for the traders. Miss Dr. Ann to the stage. How you doing, Dr. Ann?
I'm well. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you, Dr. Ann. And then she is also a scalp queen. She's the second half. We call them Dollars of Thunder. The second half, US 30 specialist, US 30 sniper. We call her the day trading mom because she's getting the young one ready for school in the morning and then making a few thousand right after she drops her off. Miss Nedra, the day trading mom, welcome to the stage.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nedra.
Good morning. Good to see you, Nedra. Yeah. In the back of house, and I see a few cameras off in the green room. So when your camera comes on, I'll bring you up to the stage. But in the back of house, I don't know if you're prepared to come up, but Miss Faith and Fitness, Dr. Tisha is moderating the comments. You'll see her with the toolbar. How you doing, Dr. Tisha? See,
good morning. Good morning. I'm having technical issues over here, but my camera is but I love to see all your faces this morning. Great word this morning, Dr. Lakeisha.
Yeah, excellent word. There she is. I see her just come up. Mrs. Mia FX Trading is in the building. How you doing, Mia? Your mic is there. You go.
Here we go. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy morning.
Where's the grandbaby at? I know she's close by.
Yeah, she's over there.
Yeah. And then you heard from her from this morning's devotion. Dr. Lakeisha is back in the building. How you doing, Dr. Lakeisha?
I'm doing good. I'm going to get my matcha and I will be fine.
Listen, Lakeisha, I could relate because I had to get my coffee done.
Yes. It makes a difference. It's like the Spirit of the Lord, right? It's that more note. Okay, so I need to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. It is important. What did you guys think about hearts and minds this morning? Dr. Lakeisha's word this morning. Power.
Excellent.
Power.
Excellent word.
Awesome. All of that.
Yeah. No, it was good.
On time word. Yes.
Power. Yeah, it was definitely good. Well, good. We got a good day in store today, and I'm excited about jumping to the charts. But what we'll do is we'll switch a little bit. We'll pivot. We'll bring everyone off stage. And what we'll do is we'll switch over to headlines this morning and talk about what's going on in the news. All right. So as we switch over to what's happening in the news, we want to always look at fundamentals of what's going on in the news. And we see you in the chat, Good morning, Dr. Tora. We see you in the chat. Jeremy, we see you in the chat. Kamika's holding down the fort. Jacob's in the chat. Marika's in the chat. These are our advancers that's in the advancer community. We see Drawing In Hub in the chat. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see everybody on. Judy, we see you in the chat. Everybody's in the chat. I'm just scrolling through the chat, looking at everyone. And it's good to have everyone in there. Make sure you engage with us. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you want us to analyze, make sure you engage with us in the chat. Yeah, good to be here. Good to see you, Jacob. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. All right, I'm going to share my screen here so we can start charting and we can find out what's going on in the market this morning. That's right. Let me move this over. I got a few different things going on right now. All right, so I'm sharing my screen right now. And what you're seeing, what we go to is Forex Factory. It's not our primary source of news, but it's important to always look at news every morning just so we can find out what exactly is going on that is going to affect price action. So if there is a war going on, if there's quarterly earnings projected, you want to know about it because it's going to affect price up or down. This morning, what we have on Forex Factory, we look at this in three different categories: yellow folders, which are low impact news; orange folders, which is mid impact news; and red folders, which is high impact news. And so this morning, what we can see with red folders is we start getting, yesterday we didn't have the USD news to move the DXY, the dollar strength indicator, out of its zone. This morning, while we're on the call, in less than a half hour, we'll get, or excuse me, a little more than a half hour, we'll get unemployment or employment cost index news on the US dollar. Any news on the US dollar is going to make the market move. It's going to make the market pivot. Then we get the consumer confidence report. That's going to make the market pivot as well. Later this afternoon, we get red folder news with NZD. We also get some news on CAD. So if we're looking at CAD futures or NZD futures, we can expect impact this morning on that. Now, we talked about this yesterday that major news doesn't really begin until tomorrow. So we want to make sure that we're conservative in our play so that we're in the market tomorrow. Just as a reminder, unemployment news begins tomorrow, or job outlook news begins tomorrow. So we'll get PMI report, but this JOLTS job opening report tomorrow morning is going to be key. It's going to set the trend for DXY to go up or down. Right now we're in a range, and we'll look at that, but we're in a range, and this will set the tone for the rest of the week. And then we'll get the Fed interest rate tomorrow. That's going to be important. That's going to set the tone for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday, we're going to get more employment news. And then Friday, we call it NFP Friday. That's non-farm payroll news, which causes the market to also spike. So that's when the market's going to be trending. Today, we'll see if this US dollar news gets us trending. But that's what we're looking for today. 7:30, we'll keep an eye on the clock. 7:30 Central Time, we'll get our first employment cost index. We'll see what that does to price action, and then we'll judge around that to see if we should manipulate our charts. But that's what I got for you today on Headline News. All right, let's bring up some panelists back up to the stage so we can get going with our charting. We're going to move into our next segment here that is properly called Red Zone. And I'm just flipping around a few things on my screen. I got a lot of things open here as I multitask. All right, bringing a few analysts up on the screen, and we're getting ready to pivot into our next segment. Oh, before we do, we want to do a quick checkpoint. I'm going to bring Dr. Ann up for a quick touch point this morning. I know you did Mind Matters yesterday, but I just want to make sure our mental is prepared for what we're seeing today. And so, Dr. Ann, what tip do you have for us today?
Well, the tip I have today is based on yesterday's Mind Matter, making sure you're not worried about balance, but you're looking for the flow and having harmony in the things that you have to do today. So yesterday I had to practice that. I had to be on the chart and I was traveling, so I had to find the harmony in that. I couldn't stay on the chart as long, and that was okay because I ended well in the market because I was able to find harmony. So make sure you're finding harmony, documenting those things that you have to do and putting them in place where they need to be, and understanding it's okay that everything does not get the same amount of time. You want to make sure you're doing what's going to keep, and harmony is going to keep you mentally healthy, keep the stress down, keeps the anxiety away. So finding harmony rather than balance. That's my tip for today.
Good tip. Good tip. All right, now let's shift a little bit. It's time to go into our red zone. Our red zone. Okay. So today, what we're going to do is flip over to the chart, start analyzing for opportunities that we see in the market. We have a few goals for today. My goal for today is to make $500 in this in a live account. That's my daily goal. If I hit that, I may shift over to another account and try to do the same 500, and so on. What's some of your daily goals for today?
Got the same $500 goal.
1250, one and done.
One and done.
One
and
done.
One and done.
That's our thing. So when we're talking, we'll get on Zoom. Something good happened. We are like high-fiving through the Zoom.
Love it. No, that's good. That's good. One and done. Yeah, I have officially adopted that one and done as well.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start charting. Let's look for those opportunities in the market this morning. Did anyone have anything that you want to jump to, take a look at, that you think is a good play for today? I do want to point out DXY, just real quick on the levels that we're at. We're still ranging. And so we went into this upswing. We still have this range going on in the upswing. Within that upswing, this is our range high, range low. Within that upswing, we do have this downtrend that's appearing. But with this bottom, we're just looking for still a breakout. So I'm not really considering that. But that's what we were talking about, in the absence of news, that price would move sideways, that it would move up or down. So we have certain levels within the range high and range low that we're bouncing off of. And we really need a breakout of this consolidation area before we can project which way DXY is going. We're right in the middle right now. But anyone have anything to look at this morning? I got a few things that I want to hop on.
You can go ahead and start, Tim.
Cool. All right, so I like gold, and gold broke out of the support area that we were looking at yesterday, not before hitting take profit. So this is our yesterday's move, where we had stop pull below liquidity, and we pulled liquidity across. And so we marked what put in that low was this green candle. We marked that as liquidity, and sure enough, price pushed up and used that as liquidity to push to the high. And so I'm looking for that same kind of setup for today, where it's not necessarily a long-term play. It's not going to be a long-term play until tomorrow, until we get Jolt's job opening report. I know that's what the market is waiting on. So today I'm looking for short moves, but we've been flat at 23.20 that we've tapped a couple times, and we're now starting to get that divergence at 23.220. And so I'm looking at this zone, at this hour shark fin that's currently failed. It's a failed buy auction, and it's coming back down. So as it comes back down, I'm looking at what put in the previous high up to this resistance level, and that's this zone right here that we're coming down to, that we're going to be majorly divergent on once we get down there. TDI is falling pretty short, and so we're going to be majorly divergent right now.
That was a huge sell-off.
It was
yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it was on gold. In the grand scheme of things, I think that sell-off, really, this is the area that we have to pay attention to, because it didn't produce the new high. This produced the new low. It didn't produce a new high, and now we're pulling back to double tap that. So we can look at this in two different ways. To me, is one, this is the all-time high period over here, and then we pulled back as a healthy pullback, and then we went up to produce the low, and now we can use this as liquidity that can potentially produce the new high. Or we can look at this as just structure, that we're now in shorts, and this new low that has been, or this new lower high that has been created, is the last high. And so now we can look at this as a break of structure here that we have to retest. So either way, this liquidity zone is going to be important right here, that we would come down, and even if we get a double bottom here to retest to the upside, this is still the play. This is still the target. And so it may reject there and continue back down, or we may break through and continue back up. But either way, we're going to get the retracement here on gold. And I think that would be a nice play for today. So I'm just put my trade box here in an alert, because I want to be in this. So we'll see if we get some shifting. That news that comes out in less than a half hour may be the key to get us there. Not ready right now. I kind of want to take it now, but because of what's going on right here, kind of want to take it now because of this old support, right, or this old resistance right here. The support right here is currently what we're sitting on. And so we have the divergence that I normally look for right there. So I kind of want to take it here as well, but conservatively, this is a better area to take it. I'll put it like this: while I'm on a live chat, this is a better it's a better conservative area to take it. I got to be responsible.
You're not going to do your opening bell move?
Nope, not on screen. I got maybe on the left over here. If I look over the left, if you see me look over it during opening bell,
hey, yeah, we'll know what's up, right?
Yep.
Look, the new phrase for you is proceed with caution.
Exactly right. If I see something I like, yeah.
Listen, with the disclaimer for all those that are watching, proceed with caution.
With
caution.
You know what?
Do not try this unless you are an experienced trader.
Exactly. But you bring up a good point. I want to point this out here. Let me throw this up here. Let me read this disclaimer. Disclaimer for everyone on the call. We should have done this in the beginning. Trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all individuals. Any live streaming of trading activities is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The content provided is not intended as financial advice and should not be construed as such. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. The hosts of this live stream do not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of any information presented and shall not be held liable for any losses incurred as a result of trading decisions made based on the content of the stream. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Viewers participate in trading activities at their own risk. So that was a good segue.
Yes.
That make sure that you do your own evaluation, that you don't blindly take a trade just because one of the panelists is taking a trade, that it aligns with your strategy and you're okay with that, and you can take the trade.
Yeah.
All right. So we are, that's what I have on gold, and I like scalping gold, especially, and I've been scalping it on lower time frames. Starting tomorrow, it'll be more higher time frame moves because we'll have the news. But things like this, where we're filling this gap right here, we're coming up to fill this gap. 1 minute's getting kind of high. This is something that I would follow this trend to the downside in as we reject off of this zone and potentially enter into a scalping opportunity at this point. You know, things like that, where it will probably come and retest the low are scalping opportunities that you could potentially find. So I'm gonna leave that up, see if it plays out. I'm not gonna take that at this time. But that's what I have. I'm gonna pull that up to our watch list. That's the micro gold chart. Looking for possible entries around, if you're looking at futures, looking for possible entries around 2310, between 2310 and 2315 in that range for potential buys. And then we're going to be in sales down to that point. I didn't want to, you know, pretty much all the metals are in that same position too. You know, when you look over at silver, this is my micro chart for silver. And so this trade box has been here for a couple weeks now. We started talking about it at this level, that we're waiting for a retest of this trend, that before that strategy that I have, when that low is produced, that using liquidity zone, that first green candle before the move down, that becomes new liquidity. That's exactly where we're at right now. We have the 1 hour shark fin right there. And so this box, you just drag that over, that we think this could be the potential move on silver as well. It's really going to be contingent on news in a half hour, which way DXY is going, but we could see support off of this level and then push to the upside. And it's exactly what we talked about, is that we know that this old support up here has to be retested. We failed to retest it here, but this gave us the intent of the retest. And so this double bottom that we can't close below could be the retest and possible head up further. And that's what the lower time frames is showing. Or excuse me, higher time frames is showing. So same thing where we may get the rejection on the lower side. And so we're looking at possible 26,840 as a possible entry on silver. So I want to bring that one up as well. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to put the alert on for that, because those could be possible trades for today. And then I know, Billy, you're probably looking at platinum.
Yep, I was actually just taking a look at that. We had a nice healthy run up yesterday, and we're getting that retracement. We had a 4 hour shark fin. So I was just kind of looking at a couple of levels on where it could be going to right now. And
when you quick note for our moderators, if you want to share your screen, you can hit the share. I can bring it up to the stage at any point. So even if you're not sharing right now, you can share it, and then I can just hit the bring it up to the stage button so that you can share your screen.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That one there.
Got it. Right,
so yeah. So what I was looking at is so we had this run up yesterday. And then here's the 3 trend lines that I had marked out, and we saw the fall from here come up and then had the reactions here. That was a perfect touch off of that before we had that bear run down. And so now as we came up, we did react off of one of those higher time frame trend lines there, close to a point of support, potentially turn resistance. But that, I believe, too, we pull a fib. So that was the 50% PRZ that it had hit as well on that fib. And we had that 4-hour shark fin. We also had a 1-hour shark fin yesterday. And so it just took, basically it just needed to get into the London session. So New York session, as it closed, it just kind of went sideways through the Asian session. London session came in and started dropping it. So a couple things that I'm looking at. So on the 1-hour chart, we are starting to get that divergence from here on our TDI, even back here compared to here. So we've got the 50 and the 800 cross right here, just below this trend line. And then we've got a more conservative entry down here where it was support, turn resistance. They could turn support again. We even had support back here, support, resistance. I mean, we're kind of, I don't like this level as much, even though I guess you could say there's another level. It's just not as clear for support and resistance around those MAs. That's on the 1-hour, and we didn't quite shark fin yet. And then on the 4-hour, I was kind of looking for, 4 hours not really giving me anything, but potentially down to the 4-hour 200 or the 4-hour 50 before that push back up. But I'm kind of waiting to see what news does as well and how it affects this trade. Going from there. So any thoughts on that? Anybody else?
Yeah, it had the so yesterday's level that you marked out, we broke right through that level, and where we're currently at, we're really just testing that level. So it looks like a break and retest to me. Definitely believe that we're kind of the same idea with gold and metal. Depends on news. But yeah, coming down to like the hour 50, that range that we possibly could see buys in that area, because the area that you had marked out yesterday was key. It broke it, retested it, and now we came up, produced a high, and coming back down to use it as support. So old resistance turn support is what I'm looking at it potentially setting up to be.
Yeah,
and taking it to the high side.
Yeah, so kind of somewhere in that 1-hour 50, 800 cross, potentially that 1-hour 200, depending on how much momentum it's got. And they're pretty close too. A lot of times when you see the MAs close like that, it will hit the one that's further away before it takes off again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just put alerts there. If this level doesn't hold, because right now, like, I love the 15-minute, the way the 15-minute looks in that double bottom, that we could possibly carry a buy up to the session anchored VWAP. So that's right around 945 entry. And then taking that back to the daily VWAP as a possibility if this level does act as support. And that next candle opens up in less than 10 minutes. So we'll see if that's the case. That's what it looks like it's shaping up to be.
Right, we do have the divergence. We didn't really quite shark fin here, but we do have the divergence as this candle was pushing down. If that creates it slightly lower than here, but our TDI is higher. That would be the divergence there.
Yeah, like
that trend line, let me see here. That trend line that it's coming down to was this here. So you could actually almost pull it back to here, but then it used it as support there. Then it broke through. So it didn't really respect it either time there, but now it's coming back down, kind of retesting that as well. So not a significant support line or trend line, but it has gotten the reactions before.
Yeah, I like that. And really quick, let me share this possibility. So that platinum one, what we're looking at is this represents liquidity. We're just currently in a test right now where we may just punch through. Yeah, we may just punch through. But even if we punch through, that divergence that's sitting there on the TDI says that there's going to be some kind of reversal, and it's a matter of where that reversal is going to take place. And so as it punches through there, and I really like the 15-minute divergence that's there. That's kind of the window that kind of volume comes in and that press comes down. You like to see those candles close with exhaustion. Like if it's punching down and it starts to exhaust, that next candle is going to open up bullish. And then what's the possible target? And so that's what I'm looking at here, is at this peak right here, this old resistance that will probably come up and retest this area. And so we can at least get into buys up to there, but potentially breaking and going up to the daily VWAP or that 15-minute 50 MA. See, that's the exhaustion I'm talking about. When it closes like that, with that kind of exhaustion, and that divergence is there, that next candle is going to open up bullish. And you can pretty much, you can't guarantee it, but you just, 9 times out of 10, it's that next candle is going to be bullish, and that's probably going to be the area to take it. Wherever that next candle opens, let it do its initial push down, take the entry up to the upside. So I think I'm going to put this one as a yellow for a scalp coming up.
Yeah, and we'll have too, if it does come down to that 1 hour 50 800 cross, we'll have the hidden divergence play off there to continue the bullish run, is kind of what it's looking like as well.
All right, let me figure out contract wise what this represents. I'm on a micro chart. We just like to do this just so we can be prepared. So that's $115 per contract of risk. And I would just risk. So that's just risking one contract. Today, I'm setting a threshold of losing $300 is my threshold. Is if I lose $300, I'm done trading for the day. And so 115 would be half of that. 2 contracts will be about 230. And that's that exhaustion right there that we're talking about. That's happening right now. Like that's going to close. I think this is going to be a good scalp, at least up to this point, but probably further up. Yeah. And I may enter this trade. Hopefully it pushes back down, but we got 15 seconds left on this. And so I'm going to enter in with 2 contracts, very tight stop loss, but I want it at this level. It's a little expensive for me up there. All right, so here's the next one. It should push down first to create the low of the candle. All right, there it goes. Yeah, those bulls entered into the market right off of that candle. So I'm just waiting for this red candle to push down to create the low of the candle first and give me a discounted price. And it's just stuck there right now. I don't want to If you see something that you want to take, we can switch over to the next chart. Just let me know.
Yeah, and I was looking at US 30 and NAS, and they're just both ranging tight sideways, and it's like, nah, we need a breakout or something here to give us some direction. Break out and retest before I even considered anything on those.
Yeah.
It's just waiting for news is all it's doing.
Oh, Nedra, you said your system's a little glitchy.
Yeah.
It may be Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi connection. See, I don't want it to leave from here, but I do like it, so I'm going to enter in with one contract. Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
So very small risk. I took one contract on this deal here. We're going to let this one play out on platinum, just this platinum trade. But we like the resistance that we can't close below this area. When I pull out, what I'm looking at is what Billy marked up yesterday on his chart. Got a lot of stuff going. Let me clear this. So we're retesting this old resistance that has been resistance in the past. We broke through that. And we're retesting that resistance now as support right now. We have this. This is the major trend that's coming up. That's also acting as support that we've gotten a lot of rejections off of. We also have a simultaneous trend line that we've gotten rejections off of as well. So I went in light risk because the area that Billy identified is a little lower. On the hour, there's this 1 hour 50 that's coming up. And so that's a lower area. But I like the exhaustion on the 15-minute right now. And I like the divergence on the 15-minute. So that's currently what I'm trading. Tisha, I like your background. That's a cool background, Tisha.
I like that.
Hey, Tish. Yeah, that's great.
I like that. All right, so I put small risk there, and you can see it's running right now. Okay, Nedra went to go reset. There you are.
Yeah. We'll try this again.
Okay, that worked.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay.
All right, there you go. You can see it running right now.
You guys jumped into platinum?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a trade running in the platinum now. So not a sniper entry, but close enough. If it runs. So I like in this one, what I'm going to do. So I got some resistance coming at this 5-minute 50. And this was what we were talking about yesterday, Nedra, when we were on the call. Because you put the trade box up and just let it run. And I understand why. I like to see how momentum is going and how volume is going. But then when I see the momentum moving in my favor, I'll just move my stop loss to break even or slightly in profit. And now it's a risk-free trade. And I understand why you do it the way that way as well, just to leave it up, to give it room to breathe, especially on US 30. It's like you need that room to breathe because it's going to wick back and forth.
With US 30, you'll get tapped out so many times on break even.
Yeah.
That's my problem with US 30.
So you got to be okay with the loss, or
Yeah.
like yesterday, that trade yesterday. Remember how much I went into drawdown?
Yeah. Yeah. See, now we're getting that rejection off the 1 hour 50. I'm about $80 up right now. This is about $100 trade right now. Remember, my goal is $500. If it makes it up here, we're about, with one contract on, it's about half of that. So, you know, this is not a home run trade. It's just a base hit, just to show, you know, that 15-minute shark fin playing out, which I just want to leave this at break even. I'm just going to let this run at break even and see if it'll play out. You know, this is one of those things that you put in if you have confidence in it, put in the trade and walk away from it and go look at something else. So we'll come back and take a look at this one. I do want to see, because we are talking about the same thing on
gold.
On gold, yeah. Where it was that 15-minute shark fin that's there. We have the exhaustion on the trade as well. And so, you know, that's the entry in to the upside.
Yeah, news in 14 minutes.
Okay. And then silver is we're also have a similar setup on silver, but they're just pushing a little bit further down. Yeah, platinum's forming that hammer pattern where it just needs the momentum to run, and it'll just continue to push off of that level. Now it probably will come and retest the top of this level, but it looks like this is the bottom before we get to the daily VWAP. So hopefully that's the case, and we can follow this up. Yeah, starting to get that move now. We broke that 50, so that was the major issue. So the next major zone would be this old resistance or old support that turned into resistance. That's the next major zone that we got to worry about. Yeah, it's knocking it down. So my stop loss is right there. Let me move that stop loss up. I want that to come retest this area and then move up. So I'm just gonna leave the stop loss right there. We'll see if that holds. All right, another one that I was looking at is Bitcoin. That Bitcoin, we were talking about this support area on Bitcoin that we've come and now we're right back at it. So it's that same idea where we're coming right back down, and we got the divergence that's currently there on the 4-hour, that 4-hour divergence. That and this is liquidity right here that produced the top of the range. So this has the power to produce top of range activity today. So 4-hour divergence on the 4-hour shark fin divergence that's there, tapping liquidity. 1 hour doesn't look great. 1 hour has an ugly shark fin that's getting ready to form, but it's not there yet. And then let's look at lower. Yeah, lower time frames have ugly shark fins as well.
Yeah, they have kind of like I call it doing the deep dive, because it doesn't even, you know, at that 1 hour, it doesn't even look like it's ready to come back up. It just, it's way down there.
Yeah. Now the euphoria, the consensus around Bitcoin is that we're going to march up. It's a matter of when. And so as price gets cheaper, it's going to attract more buyers. And that's something to pay attention to, that at these higher prices, it may not be as attractive, but if we start dipping down into 60,000, the psychological number 60,000, that could entice more buyers. And you just think about yourself as like, when are you going to buy more Bitcoin? It's like, oh, we're at 60,000. Let me buy a little bit more. That's going to attract buyers. And when that starts to mount up, then we'll start to get the surges up. So I'm interested to see how we open on Bitcoin, because this area may just fly up. from here.
Yeah, the next, so on the 4-hour, there's a fair value gap, right? A buy fair value gap right at like 59,295. So that's the next one that I see on the 4-hour. So it'll be interesting if it gets that low, where it drops below 60 would be great.
Yeah, if it drops below 60, a lot of folks are going to be trying to get
Yeah.
Bitcoin. You know, that's a discounted price, especially out of this range. Like this range is saying that this is where value is. If it gets below that, hey, it's Bitcoin's on sale right now. It's out of the range. It's on sale. It's going to attract a lot of buyers at that point.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep my eye right there because of that that buy fair value gap. If it reaches there, and it's not like it's that far away, and it's been close to that before.
Yeah.
So those last two long wicks from Wednesday the 17th, they're right at 59,575. So it's definitely possible. I mean, you know, within this range.
Yeah. Yeah. Toggle that range when price action begins to come down. And any push down is going to be, I mean, all the time frames are shaping up for buys right now. So what the TDI is showing us. We got divergence on a lot of different time frames here. So I'm gonna bring that one up to a top as a potential trade.
Okay. And we're 8 minutes from news.
Okay. Yeah, I'm checking in on platinum. We're up $180. We're getting that resistance level right now where we talked about this is old support that's turned into resistance. So if we break this one, we'll retest it. And so that's what it's trying to do right now. We're up 175. We just got to break that. And this is the thing, is like, I like to have multiple contracts on it because this is something where I would take off some of the position. But because I only have one contract, you know, I got to just let it go. Just let it ride.
Yeah, I wish that Platinum had a micro. But you go to the Platinum micro charts and it just says no data. So you're kind of forced into using the mini.
Yeah. Yeah. Which probably, you know, I could probably put 3 contracts on this and risk a little more. But this being this early in the pre-market, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah. Kind of wondering if gold might do the same thing here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take profit on this. It'll be a little more than halfway to the goal, but it'll give me a little more buffer to risk more on the other trades. All right, so I took $180 profit off of that one. It was just one contract, so I didn't have much room to play with that one, but I'll use that 180 as a buffer for the next trade. So now, in lieu of having, you know, a $300 loss limit, I have a $480 loss limit.
Makes you feel a little bit more comfortable trading, right?
A little comfortable.
Yep.
But you know, I get comfortable. That opening bell comes and the confidence comes. I'm gonna put in 100 lots in. Call it a day.
Tim made his profits in 5 seconds.
Just play. Yeah. No, yeah, I think gold will. With the divergence that's being created, it's just where did we find that MA? What's it, the hour? What was that zone that we were looking at? Okay, no, it wasn't. Yeah, well, it wasn't. It's not really a MA. It's really just this liquidity zone, this old support, turn resistance area that's a little lower. That it's coming down to around 23.10. But yeah, the same principle is what we're looking for on gold. And this to me is the intent, is that we broke through. This was the low that we kept on hitting resistance in, and then we broke through it. And now we're coming back to retest, to grab liquidity, and then head to the upside. So we'll see if we're in a risk-off, risk-on environment. It's 4 minutes to news. And let's check in on silver. Silver's kind of the same play. Platinum did make it through there, and it's heading up to that daily VWAP and almost at the take profit. Tamis says 59,000 for Bitcoin. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Now, Nedra, critique my style. I exited there, and now Platinum is running. I know you over there like this. This guy just gets out of his trades way too early. No patience.
I would have let it run.
I know you would. Like, oh my goodness.
It seems like there's a fine line between getting out too early and letting it run too long.
I know. You're right. You have to there's as Dr. Ann says, it's harmony in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is that how many times can we find a 15-minute divergence play? You know, it's like you find those over and over again. And so in my mind, it's not a golden, it's not like a rare thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like, okay, I better hold on to this because I don't know when I'll find this again. Like I'm gonna find this again in a couple minutes, where it's gonna be a 15-minute. We're gonna have this W pattern, and this is the neckline that it has to break. And now the next play for this is the low. We go and find the green candle that put in the low. That's right here. So this is our new liquidity zone. So now that we've broken through this liquidity zone, the next play is right there at the liquidity zone. And so if I want to get back in, I'm gonna get back in when it comes and retest the liquidity zone, put that play right here and let it continue to run. It's gonna come back, retest this zone and keep going. And it's like we're doing this today with Platinum, but this was the exact same play that we did on Bitcoin or on gold yesterday, where it was the double bottom. We got the divergence. That was the shark fin divergence right there. We took the trade up, but then when it broke that first green candle that put in that, we marked that as a liquidity zone, and that's what it came back to retest it, and we got in again to the upside. So it's like we find these plays over and over again. That's exactly what's happening now. It's the same thing over. So I don't have to worry about, oh, I missed my opportunity, because these opportunities come over and over again in the marketplace. But yeah, with one contract, what am I risking? I should have held that. That's something that you'll see that growth as we continue to do the broadcast is me holding these a little bit longer.
It was a safe play. It's rejecting off of your VWAP. So some money is better than no money.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah. And see that's the thing, is like that was the target up there. I didn't know if it was going to reject off of VWAP or the 50.
Yeah.
But really that was the target. So that much room, and see that would have took me out at break even. Or my break even is a little lower, but that would have took me out right there. So that's why I took the money off the table, the profits off the table there, because of just that.
Yeah, and I think that was news induced. The
it was.
employment cost forecast was 1%, and the actual was 1.2%. So we did go up a little bit, so that should be good for the dollar.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're
US 30 tanked as well.
okay. Yeah, so we're risk on for the dollar. So gold should be tanking, all the metals should be tanking, and the indices should be tanking right now for the short term. So now we got positive news on the dollar. So what we should be looking for is and we also get consumer confidence report at 9 o'clock Central Time as well. But with that positive news for the dollar, we should be pushing up. And it's just a matter of where we push up to. So here's the DXY. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say in between, if it's going to be good news, we know that it's going to retrace and then go back down. So
yeah, I like those kind of V patterns where it pushes up one direction and then you get the V pattern back down. Or the news just pushes it up to structure to where you were predicting it to go anyway. Like overall, it's pushing up, but we're still in the range. We haven't really broken any major levels with the dollar. This is the next range that I would be looking for, is for us to come up into this 106. If we touch 106.5 or something, that would be something. But we may just see the rejection back down. Let's look at this. So what do you think about this level on US 30? We looked at we're coming up to this trend line down here, which produced highs before in the past. These liquidity produced highs, and it was this resistance in the past that we're coming down to for potential buys.
Yeah, I was definitely looking for buys today. So I like to see what it does when it comes down. I like that trend line and that area of resistance, turn support. I like that area. So I'll be looking for buys when it comes down there. But I also want to see what consumer confidence news does before I place any trades today.
I love the patience. I'm gonna be a couple trades in before then.
Well, and we also on the Dow Jones today, we have 3 companies that have earnings today. We got 3M, Coca-Cola, and McDonald's. They have earnings reports today.
Okay, so you said 3M, Coca-Cola, and McDonald's.
Yeah.
So more so retail side of things. So technology already had their earnings. Pretty much all of the technology sector had their earnings, and now we're focusing on more so on retail.
Yeah. And right now, the CNBC, we're more green than red. More green. About 20 green, 10 red.
I want to mark, yeah, we're definitely falling. I think we're going to fall for a little bit. We're just getting a little bit of resistance off of this zone here.
Yeah, and that was the 15-minute and the 1 hour MAs right there. 15-minute 800 and 1 hour 200 is what we're getting that reaction off of.
Yeah, those V shapes. I mean, when price drops like that, a lot of pending orders are still up here that needs to be filled, even if we are going to continue to the downside. So we're looking at areas of of potential support. To come fill orders in around that session anchor VWAP. Do think it's going to continue to push back down. Yeah, Kamika got my back. Oh no. I mean, I consider myself conservative. I just like have confidence in just what we see, and like even with like news, you know, price like this candle, it could be red, but if something is showing me different, then I'll have the confidence to, you know, to go against what it's saying. Not the best thing because you got to, you know, follow price action.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, this one looks like it pushed down the structure. Now we're getting the divergence that's occurring.
Yeah, that's a nice shark fin that's forming on the 1 minute, but I think it's going to drop a little more.
Yeah, I do too. Because that 15-minute candle, no, it's the 5 minute. 5 minutes still has 2 minutes on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it still looks like it wants to,
Push
it's
down.
still gotta give you that shark fin at some point. So, you know, and that 15-minute is not down past the lower band. So I think it's gonna kind of stay around there, push down maybe a little bit, even though it did hit that fair value gap on the 15-minute.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 30-minute fair value gap along with the regular fair value gap there on the 15-minute. So, I mean, it could just be rejecting there as well. But we will see.
Yeah.
Especially when you're coming back up with news in less than 22 minutes.
Yeah, there's more news.
Yeah, it's just more news. So between now and 9, is it 9 or 8:45? Yeah, between now and 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna let all the news play out today, and I'll look for my one trade after.
Yeah.
News.
I love it. I love it. I aspire to be like both of y'all.
No, Tim, we get inspired to be like you.
Yes. Just hit the button.
Because I'm close. I'm close to hitting this buy button right here. There's 5 contracts on this. I'm gonna be
Tim is like, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm trading this one.
Yeah, don't hit it yet, Tim.
I'm not gonna hit it. I'm not gonna hit it yet. I'm not gonna hit it. Yeah. But if we were off camera, that button would have been hit.
What do you say? It would have been on.
Absolutely.
Now we see your Friday behavior, okay? When you're not on.
Yep.
I understand the Friday behavior now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interesting thing, even on these, and I started to take this sale off of the 1 minute. Oh my gosh. This is what makes me mad when I just don't.
When you don't.
And I knew this was coming. I knew it.
I almost went in for a sell too off of just shy of the 5 minute 800.
And I had this marked up for my 25. And I'm sitting here looking at it, and I would have been just fine, peachy, won and done and been out for the day. For real.
It is
but anyway,
it's hard practicing that patience, though. That's my biggest problem.
This is new
Patience
territory.
is king.
Yeah.
Patience is new territory for me.
Patience is king. Patience is king. It's a virtue.
Yeah, it's dropping more.
You know, I just want to donate a little bit to the cause and just give the market my money. Make it on platinum and give it on US 30.
You don't even need to try to make that happen.
Listen, when we first started last year, like everybody was making donations. It's like, can we get a tax write-off for all these contributions we are making, because we're just like giving money to the market, right?
Yeah.
We've gotten better. We have gotten better.
Yeah.
I feel like too, as you're learning, you almost have to go through that. Now, I mean, not saying you have to, but you go through those phases of just consistently losing because you're new to the market, seeing how everything works. Then you go into getting breaking even, and then you start getting into that profitable zone.
Right.
Because like you get, like Dr. Ann said, you get in harmony with whatever you're looking at. So there's definitely a learning curve to it for sure.
Yeah, and that's so true, Billy, because I think, everybody gets excited at the opportunity, and it seems easy to make the money in Forex and futures and trading, but it does require a level of discipline. And, I think what we've learned is, again, from the very beginning, have your plan, stick to your plan, don't chase the market. Let the market come to you. Those principles have held true, and it really turned us from people that were losing challenges and trades to more profitable traders. So that's key.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I like too is because we switched to futures, with taking the challenges and stuff, it's a lot cheaper to do it on a futures challenge than it is Forex.
Yes.
So there is a level of comfort in that, because like if I screw up the challenge, it's $50, but
right
in the Forex space, it's like that same challenge was $500, and it's like that's a whole different level.
Yeah, you're giving them $200 a whop. Or more, like you said, if you blow a challenge. But the challenges too help us not to lose our own money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is, when people start trading and they're trading maybe their own account at 500 and they're not experienced, that challenge does give you some room to, try to figure out what you're doing, or hopefully, perfect what you're doing. Paper trading on futures is wonderful. So if you're not ready to get out there and actually, don't feel comfortable in your strategy, paper trading is a must. And you can do that right off TradingView. And so that's a good opportunity to be safe and learn how to trade futures.
Yeah, for sure.
Really important too, even with paper trading. It's a fake account, so who really cares if you blow it? But trade that as if you were trading your own money.
Right.
Because what could easily happen is, you get really risky with it. You start making a bunch of money, and then you go into a real account, and then you start losing it because there's a whole level of psychology to go along with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a guy who's a successful gold trader, and he's like, hey, whatever practice account you're using and the profits that you're making, cut that into a third, and that's what you'll actually make on a real account, because it's just the psychology is different.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree.
It was
it's everything.
Yeah, it's I just don't trade the same on a paper trading account. It's like a like once you learn the strategies, like you have to have that emotional intelligence to know that makes the difference in trading. To me, you can know how to trade, but the ability to control the emotion, it's makes or break the trade. But if you look at challenges, I mean, they are those evaluation accounts. It's really like you are being interviewed for a partnership. You know, that's going to be your bank, and they're interviewing you whether you're a worthy partner. And that's the way you approach it from a business aspect. Is like, let me, you know, as a partner, do I have the ability to make good decisions to be a good partner to them? And let me trade that way to show that. And that would be longevity in the end, just to show that, hey, I'm a good partner to work with.
I have to say during the challenges, it really helps with discipline. It helps with that because you don't really have a choice. If not, you're gonna blow the challenge. So it does help. Yeah.
Now, when Bella learns how to trade, because she always wants to get in my lap and see what's going on the desk, then I'm going to be the Instagram sensation, okay? Because when she starts punching buttons and we start making money, that's going to be it.
When we start copying what Bella trades, like, oh, Bella's in, I'm in.
Oh, Bella's she's in. Yes. We're talking about you. Yes.
It's funny because I've had Liam looking at charts and stuff with me, and I've explained some stuff to him, and we were watching the chart one day, and he's like, Dad, is it doing this? I'm like, yeah, and he goes, then do this. And it was like going down or something. He goes, well, going for the buy, it's going down. It got to this level that you were talking about, and I'm like, and I was like, I really don't like the way the TDI looks, this, that, and the other. Sure enough, kid nailed the entry, and it just flew from there, and I'm like. But I'm like, you know what it was? He didn't overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Like, you're 8 years old. What are you doing? I'm gonna start copying you.
Right.
Yeah. Someone in the chat says when they first started, they were doing like 15 trades a day. T Brown.
Oh, that's Mia. Yeah.
Oh, that's Mia.
Yeah.
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 Mia, I remember those days. We
were all over trading.
Yeah. But the thing with Mia is it was a hard stop for her. She drastically changed. It was like 1 week she was trading, 15, 20 trades in a day. The next week, I look at her stuff, it was like 2 trades in the week. She went from like 100 trades in a week to like 2 trades a week. Drastically improved her deal, and she started getting funded and started getting payouts, and but that's the difference maker. It's like if you have the ability to control those emotions and make those hard pivots and shifts, that becomes a difference maker.
I've noticed too, just having the ability to be satisfied with the day and not getting greedy.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I'll admit I overtraded yesterday, and I ended up, breaking even.
Yeah,
I was up, I was at my goal, and then I was like, ooh, I like this trade. No, the market had other ideas, and it's like, all right, it was later in the day, and I knew better. In the afternoon is not really my time. Morning is more my time, and lesson learned for the 100th time.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We have all been there. That's the good thing about this group. We can share and be transparent because literally we have all been there, and we can laugh at ourselves like somebody else, like you say that, and we're all chuckling because we know we were there and we've done the same thing,
And you're probably gonna see me do it today.
Yesterday. I almost did it yesterday.
And I can be transparent. Yesterday was not my day because I had meetings and I'm trying to jump between, in and out. Oh, I got a few minutes. Let me go look at the chart. And I didn't even break even. So, you know, it was what it was. And I told Nedra later in the afternoon, I said, I knew better, but I thought, you know, with a quick glance, I could just jump in, and it didn't work. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm back again today. I shut my charts down yesterday because I'm like, okay, I know I don't have time to make good decisions. So let me just shut the chart down because it's not going to work.
Yeah. It's all a part of the learning curve.
Yeah.
For sure. Tisha said that she made her daily goal of 500 on her demo account.
Nice.
All right, Tisha.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good job.
I feel like trading too will definitely show you what type of person you are in a hurry. Are you know, impatient? Are you greedy? You know, all of that, and you don't even realize it either until like you look at it and it's like, all right, what am I doing wrong and how do I fix it? And then you got to look internally and be like, oh, I was actually being greedy. I was being impatient. I, you know, wasn't, you know, all of those things.
Yeah. I always listen to that scripture that says, possess your own soul. And the market, if you look at the market as the sea, there's a lot of different things that live in the sea that come out of the sea. And so when the market is going, you got to make sure that regardless of what is in it, it doesn't come in you, you know, to be aware that, you know, FOMO or that I may miss out or that, I can get a little bit more, and that greed starts to creep in, or even pride. You know, that's one of the things that you have to check is like, I know what I'm doing. Price got to do this. And that pride creeps in and puts you in a bad position. Like you have to guard against so much stuff. And that's why that's the huge piece that we focus on that I like about our group is character development. Like you can know the strategy, but if you don't have good character, it's not going to last.
No. Look, and the word of God is clear on that.
Yeah.
If your character doesn't match, you can just lay it down.
Yeah.
I was going through like sales training and stuff. The guy teaching it, his biggest motto was, your ego is not your amigo. You can't feed your ego and your family at the same time.
That's a good one.
That's good right there. That's good. Hey, Billy, you just made a YouTube short. I was looking for a YouTube short.
There you go. Cut, edit, print.
Oh, put the marker down. That's the truth. That is the truth. You know, a lot of stuff that you see on social media is ego trading.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's a lot of ego trading and pounding of the chest.
Yeah. Everyone trying to prove that they're the best.
Yeah, and it's like, what does that get you? Like, if okay, you're better than me, but what does that mean to my bank account? What does that mean to my trade?
Absolutely nothing.
Or yours, you know, like
yeah.
That's why I love this community, because we all stick together and we all want to see each other win, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, putting all the egos down.
What I like too is that we all share things that we've learned. Like, there's no reason to hide it. Just be, you know, because if you learn it and you hide it, you're only helping yourself. But by helping other people, it doesn't hurt you in any way to share the strategy or share, you know, whatever. Because we're not competing against each other. It's not like, well, if you lose, I win. It doesn't really work that way, you know. So why not win together, right?
Yeah, it's you know, Billy, I don't understand someone that is not willing to help.
Yeah.
Because it costs you nothing to help.
Exactly.
You know, it's like it doesn't cost you anything. Like, you don't have to lose for me to win.
Yep.
Exactly.
And so if you share your strategy with me or help me or help me see something a different way, it doesn't take food off your table.
Exactly.
And it gives you an ally.
Yeah. Well,
I don't understand the other side.
Yeah, because one of the ways I see it too is by me explaining it, I'll probably learn it that much better too. I may see something slightly different, or help like cement it into my brain that this is how we do this. So it's good to be able to talk about it, help somebody and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
You want to go outside?
All right, we got about 4 minutes left on this hour candle on US 30, and it hasn't. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like, and there's more news coming, right?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see how this hour candle closes. It's red right now. If this next one's going to be, how this next one's going to open up, and really if it's going to close. Red. Yeah, if it's going to close below. Yeah, if it's going to close below that 1 hour 200 and have no exhaustion on it, then it's going to continue to push down.
Yep, there's a trend line too. You got your trend. Yeah, you got your the one marked below that one. Yep, that one right there.
Yeah,
that one.
That's the one I have there too. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just giving minor resistance right here, but yeah, we could break through that and come down to this one.
Eris and I were joking yesterday too about how it just feels like the market knows what you're thinking.
Everybody's thinking this. Everybody's seeing the same stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and I started thinking about it too. Like, it's people that are in the market. And so you're just natural psychology of looking at things. Like you almost got to flip that on its head and say, here's what I'm thinking. So I'm guaranteed there's at least half the other people are thinking this. So what's the real move here?
Yeah,
that's so true. Yeah, the market sentiment definitely plays a role.
Yeah, you start moving your stop loss to your entry to your stop loss.
Yep, that was the biggest thing that I had to learn when I first started trading, especially with this strategy. Was most of the time it was my stop loss was my entry, and that's how I started getting good at sniper entries, because it would literally kiss my stop loss and then it would make the move, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I started looking at it. It's like, all right, here's where I would normally do this. Here's my stop loss. Let me wait till it gets to the stop loss and then I'll enter.
Yeah.
That's a good test, Billy.
Right.
That's a real thing.
Mark it up both ways and then see where it's hitting.
Yep.
See where your move is starting.
Yeah, this is an interesting area that occurred yesterday when we hit this liquidity zone, which happens to be that resistance level that we came and dipped down and turned into liquidity. And so that was the buys from yesterday. We're starting to tap back down. I'm on NQ's chart. We're starting to tap back down into that now, into that liquidity area. It looks a little different than what US 30 is showing. And we got the divergence that's playing out in the shark fins as well. So NQ could be also in a buy territory.
Retrace to that high fair value gap.
We have news loading right now. It's orange folder.
What news is this?
S&P CS composite.
Okay. That came out positive.
Yeah, composite. Yeah, 7.3.
7.3% over the forecast 6.7.
Yeah, we can see DXY is pushing up still.
And now that new candle is forming on US 30. I think we're going to be red.
Yep.
trying to see if I see an entry. I think
you're looking for shorts.
Yeah, I'm looking for shorts, but I think I missed my mark where I would have gotten in. It tested this this level I had marked and continue.
You want to share your screen? Your screen up?
Is my screen
your
up?
levels? Yeah, I want to see your levels that you're looking at.
Yeah, I can share. Make sure I think I'm sharing the right one. Okay, there we go. You can see it?
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, this is my 1 minute chart. I had this level marked. What level is this? Hold on. Oh, it was
that 1 hour fair value gap.
Yeah, so 1 hour fair value gap. And so it went up, touched that area, and then came down from there. So if I was going to get into this trade, I probably would have gotten in up here, but I missed the mark. I wasn't looking at it. I would have gotten in somewhere around here.
Yeah.
For the short.
Yeah, that's okay. More will come.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you could have got it in there or even right here. Either way, it would have hit.
That's a big thing too, is having the ability to say, well, I missed that. It was a good move, but more will come, and not get upset about missing that move, but using that as a tool for next time to be able to recognize the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a good thing too about this particular strategy with the scalping, is that you have a lot of smaller moves within the larger moves that you can take advantage of.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the shorts is the smaller move inside of the, because we're looking for longs, but you can scalp the shorts down to the trend line, or to a support area.
So yeah, I have the same trend line. I'm sorry, I know I have a lot going on. Let me take some of this off. The same trend line that you have, Tim.
Yeah.
Right there. So I'm wondering if price will drop down into there. We also have a 1 hour buy fair value gap in this area as well. I don't know if it'll drop down that far today, but just wondering if it will come here before going back up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that fair value gap is right where that consolidated area is to the left that produced the high off of that trend line. Mm-hmm. I do like that area. So
yeah. So I mean, right now I would, from a scalping standpoint, I'll still be looking for shorts until I see bullish sentiment come in. I'm trying to be patient and wait for all this news to play out. I'm trying.
Yeah, no, and it's good. I mean, it's like it's important. Like waiting for news and being patient is important. Is there opportunities? Yes, but is it worth risking? Probably not. I mean, there's going to be some greater opportunities that you're going to wish you waited for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're in, we're still in this fib that Bill Lee mentioned yesterday, where price came down and touched this 61 right here, 61.8%. Mm-hmm. And so, in my mind, this fib is still playing out as well.
What did so it went to 61.8. What did it reject off of? I can't see your numbers.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, so it hit 61.8, and then what did it reject off from there?
I think it was around the 23.6. Yeah.
23.6. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So that fib is that. Yeah, that fib is a good fib to play off of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed that one. When Billy said it yesterday, I'm like, oh, it did jump off. It did react off to 61. Yeah, that was a good one.
What was really interesting too was the news that caused that drop like that. It just dropped it straight to that 61.8 and then had that nice bounce off of it.
Yeah.
And I only noticed the fib level on there because I was trying to figure out where it was dropping to. And happened to throw it up and I was like, oh, right there. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
Well, it's about my time, between the dogs calling me to let them out and meetings getting ready to start. I'm gonna say my goodbyes for today. Safe trading, everybody.
Yeah. And before you go, what is your trading plan for the day, and what is your daily goal?
Still looking at US 30. My one and done 1250 is my goal for today.
Awesome. All right. Well, have a good day.
Thank you. You guys be blessed.
You too.
You too, Dr. Denise.
Dr. Denise, have a good one.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Really got to run as well. I'm gonna stay logged in just in case I could rejoin, but I got to get Liam some breakfast and get him ready for school and everything and drop him off. But I'll try to rejoin as soon as I can.
Yeah. What's your trading plan for the day, and what's your goal?
Yeah, I'm kind of watching bit of US 30 gold and platinum probably. Just kind of see how things are shaping out after the news. And goal is about $500 today.
Nice. Tell Liam we said hey and have a good one.
Will do. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up Tisha. I want to hear about your trade that you did today. Hitting your goal.
Hey everyone.
What's up?
You like my background?
I do. I like that background.
I took it from your page.
Yeah.
You can borrow it if you want it back.
No, I like that. I like that. So you traded today.
I traded today. You know, I'm just trying to get my own rhythm. And so just implementing a little bit of what everybody's been telling me. And so I've been trying this new strategy of scalping gold.
Oh, nice.
And so that's what I did this morning. I'm going to try it all week and continue to back test to see if what I'm using, the method that I'm using is kind of working for me. Yeah. And that's the goal. And then beginning of May, I'm going to start a new challenge. And so looking forward to passing the challenge, stepping in, walking by faith and not by sight. And so yeah, I'm excited. I really like the new format.
Yeah. The so gold, did you do what did you do? You did tear in off of that supply zone that we were talking about?
You know what, honestly, I've been really just focusing on what you've called in the past mini shark fins.
Okay.
And just really taking those from the highs and the lows. Real simple, real basic, and using that 1 minute time frame as my entry point. And so I don't have the account yet to do the 30-second one, but I need to upgrade my account so I can get those sniper entries. But it's been pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm. I know Dr. Denise had me upgrade my account.
30 seconds. Yeah, we can't go much lower than that. Like that's 30-second candles enough. But no, I like it. I love it because it's a strategy that's not new to the group, but you know, we've in the Forex, we're making this transition to the futures. We typically done, you know, higher time frame type moves. And so everyone's getting adapted to the lower time frames, finding that, and it's been effective. We've been really effective in coming down to the 1 minute, 30 seconds and finding those scalp opportunities.
No,
So.
you're right. I think a lot of us are kind of moving to the scalper team scalper.
I'm so
Oh, see, I gotta rally the troops, man. Our intraday players, we get outnumbered. Nah, yeah,
Dr. Lakeisha's still on your team, Tim.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Dr. Lakeisha's on. No, she's on the 30 seconds now too. She's
Is
on
she?
the 30.
Come over to the dark side.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I like having the versatility. So like now the markets are kind of standing still. The waters are calm.
Yeah.
And the higher time frame moves are you're not gonna. You could be right about your projection, but there's no momentum in the market or volume to push it there. And so the only moves that we're seeing right now are scalp opportunities. And so I like the versatility to be able to come into a 1 minute chart and make a trade, but then having the ability to go out to a 1 hour, 4 hour chart and see a setup.
You're right. And honestly, I do both of them. I kind of set up a higher time frame play, just in case momentum does come into the market, and then have that as something when momentum hits. But until then, just kind of scalping those smaller moves to get that profit for the day and hopefully be off by 8:30.
Yeah. That's typically how I see the markets playing out for the last few years. It's very rare that I'm on the charts past like 10 o'clock Central Time. It's like the market opens at 8:30. By that time, within the first few minutes, I've already made profit for the day and I'm out. And then you can go look at something else. It's like it's either there or it's not. And if you can see it on a higher time frame or you can see it on a lower time frame, it's a pretty easy decision. Be like, oh, it's there, or no, it's not, or I'm going to force it. And then you can go about your day. It's not really, you don't have to make it that complicated. It's like, yeah, I see it, or yeah, I don't, and make the move and then move about your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys gave a lot of great advice with just psychology and being patient. Like Dr. Denise said, letting the moves come to you, not forcing it. Like you said, Tim, be okay, Nedra. Like you said, if you missed something, just so many good nuggets this morning.
Yeah. I see Dr. Lakeisha's chiming into our chat, and she said she took gold as well. So she sent over her chart, and it looks like she took a buy scalp on the 1 minute chart, a buy scalp up. Here, let me share what she sent over. Let me see.
I actually can bring it over.
Oh, you got it? Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you see it? Oh, you still see my other screen?
Oh no, I see the other screen.
I figured.
Oh, there it is. Got it. Yeah, so she took that buy off of the bottom up, and
this area right here.
Yeah, I think that's what she's saying.
Okay, off of that shark fin.
She said she took it off the 1 minute shark fin.
Yeah. This one right here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was a good idea. I mean, for the levels that I'm seeing on gold, those kind of opportunities, like literally, we could have took them about 10 different trades. Realistically, on the 1 minute chart, we could have taken about 3 trades while we've been on the call.
Right.
On how things have been shaping out. When it hits the high, we saw it hit resistance and then fall down. And then now it comes down. Like right now, it's presenting a small buy opportunity up to the upside.
What are you looking at right now?
I'm looking at gold.
Okay, you want to You want to share?
Yeah, I'll share mine. So it's trending down. We know that, and we said it was coming down a little further to that 2110 or 2310, excuse me, 2310 area. But and let me just get rid of my box here because I don't want to confuse anybody. But we could have taken this short swing up. We could have taken it down. We could have took it back up. And I'm on the 15-minute. But when you look at those moves on the 1 minute of how that looks, it's really following this channel pretty well. And so they're not huge moves, but they are moves that we're moving down in this structure. So when it hits this, when we start turning on the EMAs and we start seeing those rejections off of the lower time frame, when it comes up, I mean, those are all moves that we can take to the downside. You know, you could see that it's hitting the top of our bands, and we could take those moves to the downside. So we literally could have took, you know, a good handful of trades while being on the call if we were scalping on the 1 minute. You know, even this move down right now, we could probably take, once it gets down here, we could probably take it to the upside. So those are all great moves, and which are beneficial. I'm going to bring you up, Dr. Lakeisha, because you to show your chart. Show us what you were looking at on gold. Yo. So you're scalping in the background, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know, how do I'm going to see if I can, I guess I hit the present button, then it'll allow me to share it, right?
Yep. And then I'll bring it up. I'll bring your screen up.
Okay, good. So let me do this. I took it this morning at 7. So let's see here. Okay, can you guys see it now? Do you see from here down? You see where the shark fin was forming at?
All right, we see your screen now.
Yeah, we see it. You took it at 7 Central?
Yeah, I took it from here to like there, and then I got out.
Yeah, and you took the 1 minute shark fin from there.
Yeah,
that's right
while
off.
You were talking, I just took it from here to there.
Yeah, and that red line is your 50 MA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did like a little. I did the little, trend line here, and then I watched the shark fin too, and then I just took it to down there. And I took it down there because this was a level of resistance, so that's why I took it there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see it all. I can't see anybody's faces right now. So let me hello.
Oh yeah. You
guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah.
But those are high quality moves because you're going with the direction of the trend. And so, when things are flowing downwards, and it's been flowing downwards for a while. So this is just a small segment of what we're looking at, but we've been in this segment for a while. We've been selling off. So you're in the direction of the trend. You're going the right way. And when you say that, you're coming off of that 1 minute 50 MA in the direction of the trend, it's really, you're on a slide. You're just jumping on the slide and riding it down. And so that's, when you see those shark fins and you see it's at its high point and you see a level of looking left, these are just old levels of resistance. Turns a support turn resistance, and it's almost like a ladder that steps its way down all the way to the bottom, and you'll see these get retested over and over again.
Yeah, and I was happy because I just started trading on my futures account, so I only took 2 trades in the account. Yesterday I made like 6 something on gold, and then this morning I made 3 something or 390 something. My goal was only make 250 today because I knew I had to work. So I only took 2 trades on the account, and both of the trades went in my favor. They were in gold, and they were like really scapping type of trades. So
nice. Love it. So you hit your profit target for the day.
Tim, we got Lakeisha on our team.
I'm gonna be by myself on the intraday team. You were my last hope, Dr. Lakeisha.
I know. I'm
Oh, my
listening to Dr. Ed. I'm trying to find the harmony. And right now I come into the realization that scalping with the new move may not be the best.
Oh, man.
So
I'm going to be by myself over here.
Yeah. So today at 7, when I went in, I was like, that's the harmony for the day. So I can walk away because I got to work and I'm okay.
Oh, man. See, I'm going to have to recruit in the chat or something. Get some intraday players in the room. Oh, man. No, I love to see it, especially if you're being effective and hit your daily goal. It doesn't matter how you get there. You know, it's really the destination. It's like, you know, what $1,000 if you intraday, or $1,000 a scalper is still $1,000. So you're able to accomplish the goal with a lot of different strategies. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I'm gonna log off.
All right.
Off to a meeting. Good trading, everyone. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds
Go enjoy
good.
those profits.
9 minutes to opening bell. 9 minutes to opening bell. 9 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna get my opening bell queued up.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to YM and see what US 30 is doing. Yeah, it's just ranging right there right now.
Yeah, it's ranging. So I'm patiently waiting.
Yeah, this idea, you know, it played out a little bit off of that level. That one's pretty much gone. My next buy opportunity is potentially down here.
Down here, yeah.
Yeah. Now, the expectation is the range coming down to here. We're at 38.4. 38.4 is probably going to be resistance. That's where that 1 minute 50 is at right now. So we're probably going to see the opening bell. If it is going to do if it is going to go long, we'll probably see that down run first,
and then
push down, and then push up. So I'm just prepared for that at the opening bell.
Okay,
I'm not going to take it this time.
You let me.
I want to walk through the logic of it. You know, I'm not going to take it, but I just want to walk through the logic, because this to me is accumulation. This is the move that it wants to do. This is accumulation, and it wants to hit this target, and I want to be in buys there. But that move down to here presents a lot of opportunity to get into shorts.
I am looking at the sells right now.
Yeah.
I know the overall move is bullish, but I am looking at sells right now.
Yeah.
Let me just
so
see where's the liquidation at?
Yeah, this whole range is, to me, is liquidation.
Yeah. I was just looking at the last higher low, and it's already on the hour. I was looking at that area to the left, that last higher low where it wicked out there.
Oh, okay.
So price already took that out, so it liquidated those levels.
Yep. All right, so I don't think I'm going to do it. You're not going to see this opening bell trade. You're not going to see it, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let it play out. I want to see how far it pushes down.
Yeah.
Here.
Now, I will mark out some levels as far as where we potentially, could be hitting, because really this whole zone over here is liquidity. I mean, that trend does look perfect to get in to. But really, this whole's anywhere in between here is liquidity.
I see. Yeah. And that would make sense too, because there's a 1 hour buy fair value gap, like further down.
Yeah. I'm just going to cycle through the higher time frames just to, yeah, we're rejecting off of that 8-hour 50 MA right now as well. I didn't see that before. Yeah, in space we're really in no man's land. I mean, we see some significant areas that's in here that we're currently sitting on.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking at the 1 minute right now is just ranging away.
Make this a different color. Yeah, it looks like 38.4 is a significant number. If you just look at this, this is what that resistance from that run up. This was major resistance. This was major support. So where we're at right now is really a major area when we look left.
Let me pull up that 12-hour. Oh, yeah. Let's see that. Can we mark that?
Yeah, that 8, 9, 10-hour 50 MA is that's where we're consolidating at, right at this area. And yeah, kind of leaning towards the shorts, especially if DXY continues to push up. If we break this zone of 105, let's call it 105. Let's call it 106. If we break 106, come retest that and head to the top of the range,
then we're gonna continue to push down on
on
indices.
On indices, yeah. But it's finding support right now on this major area, on this major zone.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so if we push through there, what could potentially happen? But and also I like it because this could be the buy area. So I'm also cognizant of that. Just seems like these lower time frames are going to shape up and push down to shape up for the buys, but cognizant that this area could be.
It could reject off of that area.
Yeah. So prepare for anything at this point, either direction, whatever way it wants to go. I'm gonna look at NQ real quick. We got 2 minutes left.
I mean, if you look at the 1 hour and the 15-minute, we're definitely setting up for bullish shark fins. So
yeah. Yes, the volume's coming into the market now. We like that exhaustion. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to do it.
But you're going to do it?
Oh, my.
We're pushing up.
I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but.
Listen, don't hold back. You got to trade how you trade.
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
I'm not. I'm gonna be a disciplined trader.
Yeah, the volume's coming in the market.
That's
away from opening bell. We're pushing.
I like that zone. I like that zone that we're on.
Back into that zone.
Yeah. Price is too expensive for me right now to get in on this. But if it comes back down to this area, then I want to get in on this 15-minute shark fin.
Yeah, I'm looking more. I was just gonna say I was gonna do it. I was like, I'm looking more for the sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Got down. It left me.
All right, so
it left me. Let's see.
Yeah, we're just ranging right now, and we're looking for the momentum to the upside. I think we're going to hit some targets though. I still like the shorts, but I think we're going to hit the upper targets first because we're rejecting off of that band. We're right on that 12-hour 50 MA. This is support right here. This has been liquidity. Let's see, here we go. All right.
Well,
I think
I'm in the sell.
Okay, you're in the sell now?
Yeah, I just moved my stops to break even though.
All right, you're in your 1-to-1?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like price action right now out of the range. I'm waiting for the breakout, and then I'll mark some levels. Probably going to get in down here around 38.3.
Yeah, and I hit. So I don't know if I got all. Oh yeah, it hit my TP.
Oh, it hit your TP. Nice. So 12.50, you're out of the market first at the opening bell. Nice.
I did it.
Okay, you said, see, I feel good that you're taking the opening bell. I feel good about it. Nice. Good work. Good work.
So this is a nice follow-up to yesterday when I was like, I don't do that.
Yeah. You know I'm grabbing that clip. Yeah, it's like, no, I don't trade opening bell.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. I love it. Yeah, I'm up right now. I'm up $170.
Awesome.
And so my goal is, that was off the gold, or no, platinum. That was off platinum.
Oh, the platinum trade, yeah.
Yeah, that was off platinum. So now I'm looking to get my $500 target, and I think I'm going to do that off of this buy that's coming up.
The buy on US 30.
Yeah. With the news, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a hard day today. With the way price is going to move today, I think we're going to see that opportunity come up.
The yard people are here doing my yard, so I might have to mute a little more often.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I hear them coming up out the window. I don't know how loud it sounds to you.
Yeah, this divergence is coming up on the 1 minute. Let's see what the other time frames are doing. Yeah, we have divergence now. I think I'm going to trade off the 15-minute on this one. It's going to be a higher time frame move, and don't get confused if you're tuning in. Don't get confused by my box. I'm not in this trade. You'll see the trade. I'm trading directly from TradingView, so you'll see it when it comes up. But this is what I'm looking for, something like this. And I'm just looking to catch another $400 on the day, which isn't that much. Yeah, risk 225 to get that. So it's coming, it should be working itself down. Let's see what DXY is doing. Yeah, DXY is just ranging right now. That's that accumulation before it pushes to the upside. I'm just going to dial into a few others. Gold is pushing down to that 2310 that we're talking about. Silver at that, it's actually got the push up, but I think it's still going to push back down and tap that area a few more times. Yeah, platinum's in the range. It's dipping down into that liquidity that we were talking about. And let me just check oil to see. Yeah, oil fell through this liquidity zone that we had marked out earlier and is now falling. We got crude oil inventories tomorrow. And then Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks attractive as well. You know, I just might switch to this one and do buys off of Bitcoin. Yeah, it's just sideways price action right now. Let me jump back to YM. Yeah, I don't think this is going to take too long. It's got to get that initial surge down. We're just liquidating out some folks right now. Yeah, this is I like this zone, this higher time frame zone that it's on, this old resistance. I do like that. What it's doing right there. That's what it's holding as support. It's proving that it wants to be support. That's that 1 hour 200. I got 23 minutes left on the 1 hour candle. 8 minutes left on the 45.
How long is left on the 1 hour?
About 23 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're starting to get that exhaustion. I just looking for some volatility to give it a push down for us to liquidate, but I may just end up getting in on this.
On the buy?
Yeah. I want the buys here down at 38. Let's call it 38.3.
Mm-hmm.
But just following price action, it's starting to shape up here.
Yeah.
Let me scale into this. Yeah, I think that was.
The buy is definitely looking like more.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the cheaper price for it to come down. So now I'm on the 1 minute. This blue line down here represents my liquidity for this move right here. If that's the move, we may just break through that. Yeah, all the volume sitting right there. We don't have any volume down here to attract it down there. Maybe on the higher time frames.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, higher time frames is a lot lower, but right now it's shaping up. Looks like buys are going to have it.
Oh, we still have one more. We still have news for one more.
That coming up at 9 or coming up in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. The consumer confidence.
Yeah, and that can push DXY to the upside. Let's see, the dollar strength is waiting on that news as well. Yeah, NQ's making its move. Price is getting cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Got to make a decision here. Yeah, we'll follow it down. Yeah, this type of price action I don't trade out of when it's ranging like that. You know, it's like
there's really nothing there. Yeah. There's no structure there right now.
Yeah.
On the lower time frame. On the higher time frame, we're just bearish.
Yeah, we let it hit the move or not. And this is making its move. It came to 23.13. We were looking for gold on 23.10. And it moved to 23.13 and started to push up. So that one's gone. But this one, this may be the move here. Let's go 15 contracts on this. This is a micro chart.
For the buy.
Yeah. Sellers are still in the market.
Let me see what. The CNBC is like all red.
It's all red. Yeah. Price should push down.
Yeah, there's about 9 green. That's red.
And the reason why I'm doing this is it should adjust to see how much my risk is. And so as you see, my risk is getting cheaper as price is going. Yeah.
There's about 1.5 minutes left on the 15-minute candle.
That red engulfing candle has some exhaustion on it.
Yeah.
But a 15-minute shark fin with a lot of
exhaustion
on it. Yeah, I think the buyers are starting to come into the market. Yeah, a little late in the game now to be getting into buys. It's going to cost me $400 at this risk level. Let's go ahead and get long on this. Let's mark out daily VWAP. It's coming up there. So we got an engulfing candle as this 15-minute candle is closing in 20 seconds. We may be attracting buyers before we sell off too. So we got to be cognizant of that.
Yeah.
I think I can get in cheaper though.
It's still, to me, making a decision.
Yeah, it's undecided right now, especially with this candle that's closed. I think this 400 is at risk right now, but I'm going to let this one play out. We'll see if the liquidity, I'm just pulling a little bit below liquidity right here. This blue box is my liquidity. This gray box is the level that we want to buy off of, that has the power to push up. This is looking left. This is old resistance that turns support. That's the level. That's what the gray box represents. And we're buying off of the 1 hour 200. We're going to see if that holds. Liquidity's down here. So we're just waiting for this one to make a move. See if it's going to make a move. It wants to. Yeah, break out of this consolidation. Yeah, I'm not interested in the price action at all.
Yeah, it's just taking buyers and sellers out on both ends at this point.
Yep. And it's not a good position to be in because it's not. There's no official breakout. The highs of where we're at, high of the range is up here. Low of the range is down here, and we're just going back and forth. And so we haven't had a true breakout. Really, the move is let's break out to the upside, then let's come back and retest that, or let's break to the downside and come retest that for possible entries. And so technically we shouldn't be trading within the range.
Yeah.
And the price is expensive for me at the top of the range. So, really if I was going to take the risk should have been at the bottom of the range.
Bottom of the range.
Yeah. But still like the support area, just don't like the price action. Check volume, see. Yeah, we have no volume. We're just waiting on news right now. 11 minutes away. And it's not something like if it goes up, I can move my stop to break even. That's another thing too. Is like if I bought down here, then yeah, my stop could be moved to break even. But at this point, it's because of the position that I'm in, I can't move my stop to break even. So that's kind of bad. Plus, you're going to get the wicking that occurs when the consumer confidence report is produced. Everything is working against this trade. The VIX is pushing up. It's currently up on the day.
What's the DXY doing right now?
Yeah, DXY is just holding pattern.
Okay.
We pushed up to this zone up here. And it's just holding, waiting on news. Lower time frames, you'll see that consolidation that it's in. Yeah, there it goes. It's definitely head down. And yeah, that's my limit for the day. So I'm gonna close out of this in a loss.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna move my sell stop there so that it hits that one, and I'll close out at 3 Well, it's really not. I'm up 150.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still have, I can risk about 400, but no, I'll probably have $100 to play with at the end of this. So I'll let it hit the loss here and wait for it to hit price.
For the proper buy.
Let me get this right. So I'll move it right here. Put my loss right there. I do have a little cushion to play with, just in case it wants to run. We'll just move it right here and let this move play out. Now, technically, this is the area that I should have bought off of. Where it's at right here? Yeah. Because then when it pushes up to the top of the range, I can just move my stop to break even.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I mean, you can't make a clearer case than that. It's like, why buy top of the range when you should be buying bottom of the range, selling top of the range. And then I'm expecting a move that hasn't happened yet, which is part of the game. Is like when you determine risk, like, okay, so been trading for a while, know what setups to take, what not to take, but went in at a bad entry at the range expecting it to push to the upside right before news.
Right.
And then but risk management, calculating that, hey, this is my loss limit for the day. And so we're risking like 0.15% of the account on this one trade. And so is it a bad trade? Well, it's technically a loss, a bad trade, yes. But is it detrimental to the account? No, not really. You know, at 0.14% risk.
Oh, that was yours? Okay.
Yeah, that was mine.
Okay.
That was a stop. I moved it up. So now I'm looking at.
Oh, you gotta be careful because it is very easy to like make a mistake and like be, get in the trade.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Whenever you hear that bell sound, like, did I push something?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm looking left at my P&L right now, so I'm down. Let me refresh it. Yeah. So I'm down 306 for the day right now. So I'm down 306, and now it's coming down to the target that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Down here. And we got news in
6 minutes.
6 minutes. And those sellers are coming into the market. We've crushed through that zone. We're really coming off of that volume anchored VWAP right there. And those sales make sense. And we have a lot of exhaustion on the hour. And so that was really just liquidity, attracting buyers like me. I contribute to those guys. And this is the direction of the market. So out of the range, that's why we don't trade out of the range, is that you literally look for the breakout. Like this is the range, this is the breakout. The market didn't really break out. This is a false breakout here. Market really didn't break out, but now here's the breakout, and now here's the retest, and then continuation to the downside. This ready. I think I'm done for the day on this. Can I have like $50 to risk. So I'm not going to risk it out of this account.
Okay.
And I do want to just see this play out.
Yeah, this may. I don't even know if the buys are going to happen today.
Yeah, it's and really depending on news. I mean, the way DXY is shaking up is that this consolidation is just conserving this kind of energy to continue to the upside.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like, a flag pattern to the upside. So we may see indices fall today.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. We may just be in this cell.
Especially since you broke through the zone. I mean, you're going to see a buy today, but it's going to be counter trend.
Right, I see what you mean by that. Yeah.
All right, so now it's just counting down. We got a little less than 2 minutes before this consumer confidence report is produced, coming down to the correct level.
It also may push up and liquidate.
Yeah, it's like two trade ideas that I see. It's like this was.
And you know what? And when it's like that, you just stay out because. Yeah.
It's like this consolidation. We broke out. Now we're retesting. That's what this trade box represents. Is that it should retest right here and pull above that breakout. So if it comes up and that support level holds as resistance and comes back down, or it could just fall to a level of support into this liquidity zone and then push to the upside. But this one seems more likely that we'll just continue to fall. All right, here we go.
Yeah, this is about to hit right now.
We got less than 1 minute. Now, what did I say? I'm down 300 on the day. And so for me, it's important not to revenge trade. That's why I've had longevity in the space.
Yeah.
It's like I know how to maintain an account. And so there isn't a revenge trade. I'm not, in my mind, there's nowhere saying, oh, I got to make back my $300.
Right.
It's like, no, tomorrow is a big day with news, with Jolt's job report. All right, we just got news here. Yeah, that's a buy area. And so we'll preserve capital until then. We'll forget about that trade and make another good trade.
Yeah.
You know, that was a good trade. I like Mike Bellafor's book, One Good Trade, where he says, make one good trade, make another good trade. Even if a trade's a loss, is it still a good trade? Yeah. Did it meet all your requirements? Did it meet all your rules? And if it did, then that was a good trade. And now go make another good trade. And so we just moved from one good trade to another good trade with that. We're not trying to make up for a lost trade. It's like, no, what's the next setup? All right, so that news reported, it came out negative for the dollar.
So the dollar's going to push down.
Yeah, but dollar's still trading within this range. It's still up, so we're still positive on the dollar. It just traded, it spiked down, retested this range right here, which really is not a significant impact. Let me tighten up this range that we're looking at. So this is really the range that we're looking at.
I don't know. I think it's trying to set up for buys now.
Yeah, it looks that way, and it's close to that entry where it potentially could be buys.
Mhm.
But I will be on watch today
Yeah.
on this, because this is what it looks like. It's like a retest of this area. All right, so let's recap for the day. Are you done trading for the day?
Yeah, I'm done. I have to work tonight and tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to trade again tomorrow because those shifts, I'm tired after those 12-hour shifts. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be done for the day, start getting myself ready for work tonight and go get the little one from school and everything. And then I'll trade again probably tomorrow's Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and Friday I'm not sure. So we'll see. I might have one more trading day.
Yeah. So are you you're up 1250 on the day?
Yeah.
Okay, you're up 1250. I'm down 300 on the day.
It's okay.
Yes, and but no, it was a good trading day. We got news tomorrow. We preserve some capital for tomorrow, and no, we'll call it a good day. That's a good day on the charts.
Yeah. There's a lot of news tomorrow.
A lot of news for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Wednesday is going to be we get Jolt's job opening report, but we get the Fed rate decision right after that in the afternoon. So that may be one tomorrow where we do some morning stuff, but I may come back in the afternoon for that Fed rate decision.
Yeah.
And plus Chairman Powell speaks tomorrow, so that one's going to be big.
Oh boy, I think
Yeah, so that was going to be big. Yeah.
That's worse than opening bell.
It is. Yeah, that is. Breaking account. But so we're going to preserve some capital for that. And then, Friday is NFP Friday, so non-farm payroll news. Yeah. So we'll jump off.
But I'll definitely I'll tune in tomorrow. I don't, I'll be driving and everything, commuting in the morning. So I'll tune in for sure.
Cool. Well, good job today. Good job.
You.
1250 on the day. That's good. I'm down 300. I'll look later on, probably this afternoon, to see what if it shapes up. There may be an opportunity for me to jump back in the market, but I'll post that in the advance.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know in the house.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow in the morning.